Hello and welcome to Only Connect, where I'm joined by two teams who have already won heats in this series, so they can hold their heads up high. Or they could if they weren't weighed down by such massive brains. Tonight they're playing for a place in the semi-final, so I'm hoping they've come along in a combative mood, ready to spit out every fact they've ever memorised and refuse to let the people opposite them get a word in edgeways, which is a great tactic for a quiz. Not so good on a date, as I've found to my cost. So let's say hello again to, on my right, Beverly Downs, an English graduate and keen world traveller with a passion for classic cinema. David Pritchard, a civil servant and former chairperson of the World Schools Debate Council, who has visited every populated continent. And their captain, Hugh Pritchard, a fluent Welsh speaker who enjoys hill walking and attending the Hay Festival. United by a love of their homeland, they are the Celts. Hugh, you beat the Carterfiles in your first heat. How have you been preparing for the next game?
Well, the main elements of our preparation was a lovely meal of Welsh lamb, which we had last night, prepared by Bev.
Let's hope that red meat has got you in good shape for the game. You are facing, on my left, Roger Johnson, a former librarian and Sherlock Holmes expert whose wedding was attended by Jean Conan Doyle. Jean Upton, a keen photographer and gardener who was once offered a part on the original series of Charlie's Angels. And their captain, Jim Crozier, customer services assistant with an interest in ornithology. United by a passion for their pets, they are the cat lovers. Now, you call yourselves the cat lovers, but you're interested in ornithology. Be honest, is it just bait?
No, there's a place for wildlife and there's a place for domestic companions, and the two don't overlap.
Well, let's find out how wildlife's going to be this evening by playing round one. Celts, you won the toss. You'll be going first. You remember, of course, I simply want to know what's the connection between four apparently random clues. Which clues, though? The choice is yours.
We'll try 2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK. You'll be seeing pictures. What is the connection between them? Here's the first.
Landing strip. Next. Oh, is that the strip in? Is it a strip? Yeah, should we go?
Yes, go.
We think it's the word strip.
Lucky you came in then. The third picture was me on a Saturday night after too much vodka.
How'd I know?
The connection is strips. Actually, no, I'll show you all 4 clues now. Can you tell me what they are?
Well, the first one's a landing strip. The second one is Sunset Strip. Is that Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
The strip in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Comic strip.
Oh, it is a comic strip.
Mobius strip, is it?
It's a, well done, Mobius strip.
That's absolutely right. Very well done. Coming in after 2 clues, you get 3 points, all strips. Over to the cat lovers then to pick a question.
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next. Next, please.
Bigger Sterling.
Got time for
anything else? Yes, go on.
Next, please.
They saved each. They saved each organisation.
3 seconds.
They were the saviours of their respective organisations.
They were known as saviours. Chris Moyles was called the saviour of Radio 1, Rin Tin Tin of Warner Brothers. Roland Rat, they said the only time a rat saved a sinking ship, TVAM. What can you tell me about General von Choltitz?
He was the German general who refused to destroy Paris on the orders of Adolf Hitler.
That's right, the last commander of Nazi-occupied Paris refused to destroy the buildings. Still a Nazi, though. I don't know one would quite call him a hero. But well done for the point, and back to the Celts to pick a question.
Lion, please.
Lion. Ah, the music question. How do you feel about the music question?
Let's hear the music first, please.
All right, what is the connection between these pieces? Here's the first.
Next. Oh, what's that?
Do you look like you're doing Discovery Channel?
Yeah.
What's the name of the band?
Yeah. Next. Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited. Oh, I know. It's, yes. The connection is dogs.
The connection is dogs. What did you hear?
Well, we heard the Pointer Sisters, Pointer being a dog. Oh, I know, number 2 is the Bloodhound Gang.
That's right.
And I don't recall the first one now, sorry.
The first one was the Boxer Rebellion, and the last one that you didn't need was Pitbull. But coming in after 3 clues, you get 2 points. Dogs is the connection. Very well done. Back to you then, cat lovers. You've avoided the dogs, as I'm sure you're pleased to see.
A great relief. Water, please.
Water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. As simple as you can make a new word if you take out the capitalised letter. Surely. Next, please.
Create first.
Okay, there's another word.
Yeah.
Do you want to gamble on
Yeah.
this one?
If you take away the capital letter.
Let's go for it. They make a new word if you take out the capitalised letter.
Well, that would be a bit easy, wouldn't it, with the capitalised letter just there highlighted. You can have one more go. Nope, don't see it. There's a possible bonus for the Celts. I'm going to show you the 4th clue.
Yes. If you take out the capitalised letter, it creates a word which is more or less the opposite of what you're seeing there.
It's an opposite notion we're looking for. Cremate and create, feast and fast, covert and overt. That last one, friend and fiend, assuming a friend means well and a fiend means ill, although I found it's more complicated than that. But well done, you get the bonus point, very good. And Celts, your turn to choose a question.
Horned Viper, please.
Horned Viper. What's the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next.
Yeah, people weren't allowed in. Go on, next one.
Next. Oh,
Centre of the world.
Yes.
Centre
Shall we say that?
Yes.
I think so. They are shown as the centres of the world.
Coming in early again, you get 2 points, known as the centre of the world. The last clue was Mecca. Mecca thought of as the centre of the world, of course, by Muslims. Now, what about the other clues? What can you tell me?
Well, I know the Mappa Mundi, and it's a big circular map in Hereford Cathedral, and it's got Jerusalem right in the middle of the map. Forbidden City, I don't know, it's in Peking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Beijing, yeah.
Beijing, sorry.
It is in Beijing, and emperors have ruled from there, so where the emperor was thought of as the centre of the world. What about Felicity, California?
I can't guess,
No
can't
idea.
think. No.
Well, it's not actually the centre of anything. The mayor of it sort of declared it the centre of the world and actually managed to get it past some official map makers, including the Institute in France, and it's now called that in some official quarters, even though geographically it's the centre of absolutely nowhere.
Oh, that's California for you.
Yep.
Well done. Centres of the world is it. OK, cat lovers, only the Eye of Horus remains. That'll be for you. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next, please. What are you getting? Please?
Manga. Someone who sells these things. I think
Next, please.
it's manga.
Yeah, manga.
We think the connection is manga.
You could have come in after 2 clues, but you are correct after 3. If you had Munger, they sell those things. Costermonger sells fruit and vegetables. But very well done. Coming in after 3 clues, you get 2 points. Meaning that at the end of round 1, the cat lovers have got 3 points, but the Celts are ahead with 8. Round 2 is a sequences round. This time I want the teams to tell me what comes forth in a sequence. Celts, you'll be going first again. Which hieroglyph would you like?
2 reads again, please.
OK, the 2 reads will be first in a sequence. You're going to be looking at picture clues. I want to know what you'd expect to see in the 4th picture. Here's the first.
It's blue. Next.
It's from Picasso. Picasso periods.
Was this Rose period, was it?
Yeah, but it's the next one, next.
Next.
African.
Oh, crumbs. Blue period. There was a rose period, wasn't there? Could it possibly be Picasso?
It could be, actually, he had a blue period and a rose
It must be
period.
Cubist, isn't it?
Yeah, good.
5 seconds.
Yeah, good.
Okay. A picture of a cube.
Well, you are absolutely right. I'm going to give you the point because I think you know the connection. But instead of a picture of a cube, we thought we'd take the chance to show you a lovely cubist picture. Isn't that delightful? But the principle is absolutely right. And why is that?
They are periods in the development of Picasso's career.
That's absolutely right. Cubism, 1909, that kicked in, and we've got a lovely cubist picture for everyone to enjoy. Back to you then, cat lovers, to pick a question.
Lion, please.
Lion. What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Which letter is it?
Next, please.
5 or 10.
No, it's
Come on, guys, think aloud, think aloud. Give me something to work with.
I don't know what the first one
Yeah,
is.
Next, please.
Yeah. Oh, that's Hebrew,
Yeah,
Capra,
you're
isn't it?
right.
I think, isn't it?
Yes, I think it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's the
So
sequence?
what's Roman letter Z?
The Roman letters
Yeah.
Y.
3 seconds.
I'm going to let Roger take this one.
I'm going to make a guess at a Roman letter Z.
I'm afraid that's not the answer I'm looking for. So there's a bonus chance for the Celts.
Letter delta.
It is a Greek letter, and it is at the end of the alphabet. Omega is what it is. We're looking at Phi,
okay.
Chi, Psi. It's the end of the Greek alphabet, capital letters, and the fourth would be Omega. So no bonus points, but you get, Celts, the chance to choose your own question.
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted facts. What would be fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Rings a bell. Next. Oh, like in a book or says. They are probably are.
Next.
Next. Oh, crumbs are still done there. Silence for Day of the Scorpion. Who are they by? I don't know.
I mean, I don't.
There is a sequence. of
Yeah,
books
there's
out
clearly a
there.
sequence book. Are we trying the Day of the Jackal?
I don't know. It's not Day of the Jackal.
3 seconds.
We don't know. Day of the Jackal.
You might as well say something. I mean, it's not the day of the jackal, but worth a try. Bonus chance for you, cat lovers.
We're going to go with the Jewel in the Crown.
It's the Jewel in the Crown. Do you know which sequence of books this is?
It is the Raj Quartet.
That's right. It is Paul Scott's The Raj Quartet, and the fourth was The Jewel in the Crown. So well done, cat lovers. You get a bonus point, and you get the chance to pick a question.
Horned Viper, please.
Horned Viper. What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Goddess of the Moon. I think there's a Wales. Next, please.
Oh, it's the...
Okay, Diana, Unity, Nancy, and Jessica, but I don't know what the order is. It's the Mitford
Better go for the
sisters.
next one.
Next, please.
Sure, we've got it.
It'll be Nancy.
Sure.
Yes.
Nancy.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. So there's a bonus chance for the Celts.
Diana Mitford, you know. It's not.
I can't give you long to discuss it.
Oswald Mosley.
All right, hello, Oswald Mosley. I mean, he married one of them,
He
but
did marry one of them.
what on earth would that sequence be?
I don't know. Was he married 3 times or something like that? It's something to do with Mitford. So anyway.
You know, but it's not. Now, why would you say Nancy?
It's the Mitford sisters. There is another one, and I cannot for the life of me remember her name.
Well, because of course they must come in a sequence, and it's chronological order, and they're getting younger, and the youngest is Deborah, the Duchess of Devonshire. Debo Devonshire.
Yeah.
I'm quite fascinated by the Mitfords. I've read lots of their books. Deborah Devonshire, I read her book. I quite liked it. She's so innocent. I'm going to buy the idea that she's completely innocent. She tells a little anecdote about Hitler. She said, I know he did bad things, but he made us a lovely cup of tea. You know, is anybody that innocent? You think she's lived in the country her whole life. She just wants to dig vegetables and get on a horse and share her happy memories of Hitler making them a cup of tea. What a weird bunch.
Secret to happiness.
No points there, then. Celts, your turn to pick a question.
Water, please.
Water. OK, what is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Shakatu. No, next. Oh, they look like places in Asia.
Could be
Next.
rivers or
Should we say next again?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, wait.
It's an island. Right, isn't Ryko the island that... no, that's Robin Island.
No, there is Rikers Island.
Come on, any ideas?
5 seconds.
Yes, Spock. Okay, Spock. First, Spock.
Do you know, I was nearly deafened by the sound of viewers screaming at the screen. It is first Spock, and why is that?
They're all second in commands of different Star Trek franchises.
What do you mean by second in command?
The next down, next in line.
There's one below the captain.
This is a quiz show. We have to get questions about Star Trek absolutely flawless.
They're all number ones.
What were they?
First officers.
They were first officers. They are successive first officers on Star Trek, and we're going backwards. So the first was, of course, Spock. OK, cat lovers, it's the Eye of Horus remains again at the end.
Okay.
What is the fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
No.
Next, please. That's only a three-word sequence, so it's got to be something else.
Charity.
They've got to be first names or something. Next, please. I only know three in that sequence.
Three virtues: faith, hope, love. The greatest of these is love.
What's next? Cleanliness?
Are they
Christian
possibly, are they names of record albums by anyone? Maybe we're getting caught up with the obvious.
It's not the obvious, yeah. But
3 seconds.
Anything else to say. For cleanliness.
I'd love it if it were, but I'm afraid not. So there's a chance of a bonus for the Celts.
We'll say for charity without much hope.
No, and I'll tell you what it is, and it's a quirky one. Faith, hope and love are the virtues, as described by St. Paul, but in this situation we're talking about a shamrock, and if you find a fourth, it would be luck. The leaves on a shamrock represent, as you pull them out, faith, hope, love,
Never
and if
heard
there's a
of it.
fourth, it's luck. No luck on that question, though, meaning that at the end of round 2, the cat lovers have got 4 points, but the Celts are ahead with 12. Next thing to happen, of course, is the connecting wall. 16 clues, all jumbled up, need to be sorted into 4 neat groups of 4. Cat lovers, it is your turn to go first this time. I wonder if I can guess whether you're going to pick lion or water.
We are going to pick lion, please.
I thought you might. You have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
Spice World or Hard Day's Night
Head,
Had.
Hard Day's Night.
Okay.
They're all rock music or musicals based around bands.
Yep, so it's the fourth.
So what's another one?
Yeah, good question.
Okay, so what else have we got?
Right. Something can be announced, confirmed, drafted.
Hazed and drafted sound
Hazed,
like they're connected
I
in
don't
some
know.
way.
I'm thinking more of drafted, announced, confirmed and signed. No.
No.
Okay.
Bluff. Bluff is something you can
Bluff,
call.
honest. No.
Well, frank and bluff and honest. Sure. Something. Anything else you can call? You can call bluffs. Is there anything else that you can call? Call points? No.
Cape and spit and point are
Yeah.
Commentaries or
Yes.
commentaries,
Yeah,
and
so,
So
is
is a head.
so it's a
No.
bluff.
that.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll
try
go
it
for
without
bluff.
head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Now, so we've got Spice World, Hard Day's Night. What was the other one you said?
Head.
Who's that then?
The
monkeys.
Ah, right. Okay. So who do we think? It's Hazed.
No.
Spice World, Hard Day's Night. Okay. Nice.
Yes.
3 strikes and you're out now.
Right. Okay. Let's
Okay.
be careful. Well, what do you think we've got? We've got Frank,
Is there wordplay? Look
drafted,
for that.
signed. You look for that, Jane. You're good at that.
Noun.
There's a noun.
Draft. Firm. I don't know.
Announced, confirmed, signed, and drafted all sound.
Oh, isn't that a bill in Parliament?
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Shall we give it a shot?
Yeah.
You want to go for it?
Try it.
No.
No. Okay. Or is it made rather than signed?
Made rather than what?
Made rather
We've got 2 guesses left. So made, a made man is, it's got it made.
Okay, well, let's look at the others as well.
Nature.
There's rank.
Made Frank? Drafted? No, confirmed.
No, I'm looking for other words.
Rank, rain.
We've only got about 10 seconds now.
Rank.
Any homophones?
Well, let's try announce.
Just have a go.
Made,
Announce,
drafted.
confirmed, drafted, and made.
Try it. Yeah. No.
That's it. The time's up. The wall has frozen. But 2 points for the groups you found. And what about the connections? Bluff, Cape, Point, Spit.
They are coastal features.
Geographical features.
That project outwards from the coastline.
Yeah, they're promontories. That's right. And what about this? Spice World, Head, Honest, A Hard Day's Night.
Rock biopics? Or,
No, films that have been
Musicals
involving
based
rock
around rock groups.
Yeah, I mean, they're films that starred particular
Yeah.
groups, actually. Do you know who? Spice Girls, obviously. Head, who was in
What's
that?
the Monkeys?
The Monkeys, Hard Day's Night, The Beatles, and Honest.
Don't know, honest.
All Saints, apparently.
Oh.
You can still get connection points for the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There it is. Announced, confirmed, sure, Frank.
Do you want to go for stages of an...
Frank?
I can't give you
Frank a
long.
letter.
No, that's too long. You're not seeing it. It's a nasty little word one.
I wondered.
You can
Yeah.
preface all of these to make an expression just with the words to be. To be announced, TBA, to be confirmed, TBC,
Okay.
to be sure, to be sure, and to be frank with you, to be, make little phrases. And the last one,
Okay.
made, hazed, drafted, signed.
Hazed is like when you're being introduced into a fraternity or something, isn't
Yeah.
it?
So your answer is?
Stages of recruitment into the army.
I'm going to take it because it's recruitment into anything. You're actually being too specific. To be brought into something, to be made, to be hazed, you're right, that's a fraternity ritual, to be drafted, to be signed, to be recruited. I mean, it could be the army, it could be a fraternity, but just generally to be initiated.
Hooray.
So 2 points for the groups that you found, 3 points for the connections. That's a total of 5. Thanks very much, cat lovers. Time to shoo them out through the cat flap and bring back the Celts to see what they can do with the connecting wall. 16 new clues jumbled up. Still need sorting into 4 groups of 4. Hello again, Celts.
Hello.
You've got the water wall, the lion's been taken. 2.5 minutes to solve it. Starting now.
Dams. Hoover Dam, Aswan Dam.
Oh, yeah, well.
Kariba Dam.
Yes.
Maybe Roosevelt Dam.
Okay, let's try Aswan. Where is it? Sorry, I can't see it.
Kariba, Roosevelt. Pearl Dam.
Frank Abagnale Jr., wasn't he the con man from Catch Me If You Can?
Oh, gosh, is he?
These Welsh names, Dylan,
Yes.
Rees, Evan,
Evan.
Aled.
Oh, well, that's right.
Okay.
Louis XIV, is he the Sun King?
Sun King, yeah.
Sun. Well, we must have some dams here. Oh, Ada, it's one of the Dam Busters dams.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Aswan, Hoover,
Kariba.
and Hoover.
No.
Okay.
What else could be a dam? I think.
Well done.
3 strikes and you're out now.
Okay.
You've got plenty of time.
Okay, so Hughes, what could that be? Howard Hughes?
Herbert Hoover. Should we have a?
Yeah.
Should we have a
no, not yet.
no.
We've only got 3.
Yeah.
What could phosphor be?
Phosphor is a type of. Could it be a type of light? You know, pearl.
Yes,
Light
bulbs,
bulbs.
light bulbs. Phosphor. I don't know.
No, I don't.
Hoover
Howard
it's a name, you know, generic name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pub. It could be a bar.
Okay, do we need to stop
Okay,
guessing?
Yeah, sure.
Phosphor and pearl, definitely.
Adol.
Adol. A pub.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, you solved the wall. I wonder if you know why.
No.
That's 4 points immediately for the groups. You can now go for bonuses for the connections. Aled, Evan, Dylan or Dylan, Rees.
So they're Welsh names. Should we agree on that one?
Yeah, go for it.
They're Welsh names.
Welsh names, or as I'm sure you'd call them, names. And the next group, Aswan, Ada or Ida, Kariba, Roosevelt.
They are dams.
They're dams. The Roosevelt Dam you didn't know.
No.
It's in Arizona.
Thank you.
Right, okay.
The next group, Adol, Phosphor, Pearl, Pub.
Do you think it's something to do with lights?
Yeah,
or
they're
light
type
bulbs?
of lights.
You see, they're not all types of lights, and I'm not sure that Adol is anything at all, apart from something you can put in front of essence. Adolescence, phosphorescence, pearlescence, and of course it's not pub at all, pubescence. But I can't be shouting pube on television at this time of the evening. Pubescence. And the last group, Hoover, Louis XIV, Hughes, Abagnale or Abagnale Jr.
Do you know the answer?
Yeah,
Go on.
they were all played by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Indeed they were. You recognise the chap from Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
And Hughes, he played Howard Hughes, didn't he? In which film?
The Aviator.
The Aviator.
The Aviator. And Louis XIV in
Not sure.
The Man in the Iron Mask.
Oh, of course.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Hoover
He
in
played
J.
and the Man in
Edgar.
the Iron Mask.
So 4 points for the groups you found, 3 more points for the connections. That is a total of 7.
Okay.
Let's see how that leaves the scores going into the last round. The cat lovers have got 9 points, but the Celts are ahead with 19. And if you're at home shouting, Aoife, not Evan, they've anglicised this, not a Welsh name, is it? Why don't you write your own wall? You can do that on our website, where you'll also find plenty of examples to play. But we're going to play the missing vowels round to decide the competition. Fingers on buzzers teams. The first group are all extinct birds. Celts,
Dodo.
correct. Cat lovers,
Passenger pigeon.
correct. Celts,
Mower.
correct. Cat lovers,
Great auk.
correct. Next category, bands overlapped with authors. Cat lovers,
Steely Dan Brown.
correct. Celts,
Right, said Frederick Forsyth.
correct. Cat lovers,
All About Evelyn Waugh.
yes it is. Cat lovers,
E.R.M. Forster.
I'm afraid you lose a point. There's a possible bonus for the Celts.
R.E.M. Forster.
It is R.E.M. Forster. Next category, supposed cures for hiccups. Celts,
Hold your breath.
correct. Celts,
Get fright.
I'm afraid you lose a point and there's a possible bonus for the cat lovers.
Get a fright.
It's got to be get a fright. Next clue. Cat lovers? Oh. Too late, though. I hope you were going to say bite a lemon. I was. Which is a supposed cure for the hiccups. But no, because the bell has rung for the end of the quiz. And cat lovers, you finish on 13 points. But the Celts are tonight's winners with 23. So very well done. You are through to the semi-finals.
Very well done.
Cat lovers, thank you for that sporting applause. You could still make the semi-finals, of course. You're just taking a slightly more circuitous route. So we will be seeing you all again. And I hope we'll see you again for another episode of Only Connect, the quiz so fiendish that Professor Moriarty only came second. Mind you, he was on a team of supervillains with Nasty Nick and a wolf from Gladiators. Weak. Goodbye.